Okay. Now let's transition once again. I want to be very respectful to your time. You are also the managing partner of the Mac Bar Group. Wow. Talk about wearing so many hats. So share with our viewers about that side of the business.
So the Mac Bar Group is the collaboration of myself and my husband, Demetrius Mack. And it was founded in 2011, but actually it was in the works, our brainchild going back to 2003. We wanted to be able to provide an opportunity to bring together our organizations and corporations in the community and the community in which they serve. They work together. Well, they may not necessarily work together, but they need to. They coexist together. They need to be able to collaborate together because it's for the betterment of the community. We also do public affairs advisement, and we get into advocacy heavily. We are focused on financial literacy and advocacy and consumer advocacy. So when you bring all of that together, especially as a public affairs company, we're given the opportunity with our public affairs to provide a platform to bring knowledge and information to the community that's so badly needed.
Okay. And what types of businesses are in need or can benefit from your services?
Well, we everybody can. A lot of people don't realize it. I've had people say to me, "Well, public affairs, I don't need that in my business." Public affairs is actually, for those who aren't familiar, it's actually a branch of public relations. But what's specific about public affairs is it provides information and assistance with regards to government policy and relations and how it can affect you as a business owner. So, say I have a business owner who doesn't quite understand why they have to pay more in taxes or they have to expand more for how much they're paying their employees to be there. They don't really quite understand it as a public affairs person, because not everybody likes to be able to keep up with policy and read and see what's going on,
Mhm.
I get the opportunity to kind of sit down, break down to them what is happening, how it specifically affects them, so they can properly do their strategic plan and their forecasting while they're doing their business plan for their business, which should continuously be done on a yearly basis. I take all of that stuff and bring it down to, okay, this is what applies to you. You need to know this. It'll help you properly forecast what you need to do for your growth and expansion plan.
Speaking of that, Sherry, let me ask you this. Speaking of that, because we are currently 6 months into the year of 2020, and because of the pandemic, business owners are going to have to reinvent themselves. Many will hopefully survive, and they're going to have to take a look at that business plan and possibly revamp it or change it altogether. One, do you provide? Oh, what do you say to those types of businesses that are in need of reinventing and rethinking how they go back into the marketplace?
So, yeah, that's been a hot topic, by the way, that we're talking about in NABO also. But with my clients, what I'm telling them is you've been doing things this way for this long. We see the everything has changed. We're now working in a new normal. It's time to flip and to change, is what you just mentioned. You got to do things a little bit differently. So what I'm able to do is I'm able to go in, do some research, do a little bit of statistical information gathering, see what the tide is, what people are really leaning towards, what's been successful or appears to be on the upswing, and be able to provide people with the information so when they do flip and change towards new normal or kind of veer in another direction, they're able to do it from the point of having the backing of the research and the information, which Won't tell you absolutely you're going to be successful doing it this way,
Hmm.
but will give you enough information to say, hey, there's enough strong evidence and data here to say if you move in this direction, you should be able to survive.
Okay.
And then, of course, when they do come back up for their employees and for their other clients, we do a lot of programming, which now has completely changed. Talking about the new normal, the new way to be able to do business, and the new way to be able to support your clients. So we're really able to step in and do those webinars also. So we help on the client, employee side, and we also help on the business planning side. You need to know what's going on in the government because whether people like it or not, your business and your personal lives, they are politically connected, and you need to know what's going on in order to progress.
Okay. And for someone who would like to contact you or is looking for more information on the services you provide, how can they reach you?
So they can send an email to info at themacbargroup.com. You can also visit us on our website at www.themacbargroup.com. And if you want to see some of our fun pictures and the fun stuff we like to do and going on, we have our Instagram at TMBG Express.
Okay. Okay, great. And thank you so much for sharing that information. Now, I would like to kind of transition into another area. Currently, at this time, many families are facing a financial loss due to loss of jobs, due to closing of businesses. And I think it's so important that we address that area. Can you speak to some of the services that you provide through your company and how you can assist individuals in that area?
Yeah. So we've always advocated for and did workshops right at our office at 327 Niagara Street. We've always provided workshops and information with regards to personal financial education. Um, it's an effort to educate people so that they can make wiser decisions. It's not something where people are coming in and we're selling them a product. They're coming in and we're educating them so when they are presented with products or services, they can properly make a decision for them and their family. Um, During this time, now more than ever, people are going to really need to link in and check into different programs. And of course, I'm always going to suggest, please, the MacBar group is here for you to be able to take a look at things and see what you need to do.
Certainly sounds like some essential services that we all are in need of. And that being said, again, I can't thank you enough for being a part of today's show. Are there any final thoughts or events, anything that's happening before we sign off on today's show?
So actually, I'm in the midst of working on a programming which I'm very excited to bring. It's going to be occurring at the end of June, and it's going to be a leading from the front line. I'm going to be doing a question and answer session with some medical professionals in our community, specifically in the New York City area and also in Atlanta. The MacBar Group has consultants in both areas who are in the medical field, and they are our community and
Mm-hmm.
wellness coordination. So we're going to be doing that, and I'm really excited. Actually, by the time you air this, we'll have the exact date and time. We're coordinating around a couple of our physicians' schedules to make sure that they could be there for that question and answer, but really just kind of giving us some what now suggestions in that. And
Okay.
people will be able to submit their question when they register. So I'm looking forward to that. And also, we are doing our financial education, financial literacy workshops, what you need to know to be able to survive COVID 19 and what next when you get on the other side of this. Some people are starting over again from scratch, some people are just building. And we regularly are going to be having those via Zoom. We used to do it in the office, but until we can get past social distancing, We're going to be doing them via Zoom. It's a great chance to just come on and just get the information. We just want to make sure people get educated and they know what they need to do for their families. And that's a schedule which will be out on our website.
Great. Well, certainly keep us informed here at Western New York at Work. Uh, I think you're doing a tremendous job, you and your husband, and
Thank you.
continue. Excuse me, but continue success in those endeavors. And thank you so much again for being a part of the show. And look forward to taking advantage of some of your workshops in the very near future.
Well, I'm looking forward to having you. And thank you so much for providing this platform for people to be able to stay in touch with what's going on. I have to say to you, thank you very much for taking the time and providing this platform. Western New York needs exactly what you're doing. And it's nice to know during the social distancing, we can all still, if we can't physically touch each other, we can still connect.